This is what greeted me when I opened the DVD copy of this movie. An advertisement for that. Yeah. It's gonna be an interesting time, isn't it? Oh, hi movie fans. Hey guys, so this is a 5 good things that has been requested a lot, and I have wanted to do this for a long time, but it was a matter of bringing myself to actually watch it and then finding a reason to do it. And then with the release of this upcoming film, The Disaster Artist, which more or less chronicles the misadventures of the making of this movie, I thought, why not? Now is a perfect time to throw the football around, throw some spoons at a TV screen, and enjoy the cinematic masterpiece that is The Room. Written, directed, produced, and starring Tommy Wiseau. He doesn't do any of those jobs that I just described well. And it's so wonderful. I don't know where to begin with The Room, but I did in fact find 5 good things about this movie, and not in an ironic way, and like an actually, these things were quality. None of it had to do with Tommy Wiseau. But the dude is interesting to say the least. Without any further delay, let us discuss 5 good things about The Room. First up, at number 5, we have the character named Denny. Now this actor actually was just as old as everybody else, but for some reason, director Tommy Wiseau stuck him as an obnoxious teen kid role. It's just kind of, he's a weird character, but in certain scenes, Denny is allowed to be an interesting and dynamic character and actually tries to give a decent performance. A lot of the performance in this, oh, they're bad, to the point of hilarity. But Denny is genuinely trying. He's not the best performance in this, but he's a lot better than everyone else, especially in the scene with the drug dealer. He genuinely seems like he got ripped off from the CW or one of those like teen drama shows. His whole arc has nothing to do with the rest of the story, which is kind of The Room in a nutshell, but he was at least tried to do a decent performance in a movie that no one else really gave a single crap about. The actor playing Denny was at least trying to be an actor in this. At number 4, we have some of the nice establishing shots of the city of San Francisco. There's a lot of nice B-roll in this, of like, it genuinely seemed like a San Francisco tourism video. I kept thinking, haven't we seen these locations? Oh right, at the beginning of Full House. It essentially has that vibe to it of, let's just advertise the city of San Francisco. And it really did feel like the beginning of Full House. But the opening, some of the like actual San Francisco shots, they were pretty nice to look at. There's not much that stands out cinematography wise, but the cinematography is at least competent. It's fine. I've seen far worse cinematography. It's fine. It's your standard low budget film cinematography. It's fine. In a movie that is so far below average is amazing. At number 3, we have a piece of dialogue that ended up getting really meta. I don't know if they intended it to be, but if it was, wow, you're acknowledging your own faults in your movie. So I don't think it was intentional in that sense. But what it is Lisa, the fiance of Johnny, Tommy Wiseau's character. Lisa is talking with her mother, I believe it's, yeah, the mother or the grandmother. I'm going with mother. And the mother and Lisa walk in on this random couple making out at Lisa's house for some reason. They literally came to Lisa's house just to make out, and then they leave. We barely see this couple ever again. Like, nothing makes sense. And her mom literally just goes, how many people just come and go in this house? Which is really funny in the sense that there's a whole bunch of characters in this that literally just pop up in the house for maybe a scene or 2 at most, and then we never see them again ever. So the grandmother in that line is almost just pointing out the ridiculousness of, what are all these characters doing here that have no resemblance of a plot or story arc or any bearing on story whatsoever? kind of just shattering the fourth wall unintentionally or intentionally. Either way, I love the mother character, but we'll get more into that in a little bit. At number 2, we have a very out of left field pick because this character is really out of left field. But that is the actor playing the drug dealer in The Room is surprisingly good, and he's putting in way more effort than he needs to for his literally one scene in the movie. So, Denny, the character I described earlier of some teenage boy, apparently he's got a drug problem, but that just gets addressed and thrown out the window literally in the span of one scene. And so a drug dealer comes to collect money that Denny owes him. To which the plot holes with that of, don't you typically, I don't know that much about the drug market, but don't you have to pay first before you get the, well, okay. So the drug dealer comes to collect the money from Denny. And he's threatening and he's intimidating. He's putting in way more effort than he needs to be before Mark and Johnny come and save the day and be real American heroes. And it's super weird. Like he's trying to give him a shakedown on the top of a roof in the middle of San Francisco, not even like a back alley or something, literally like hustling him down for money on top of a roof. It's super weird. But the guy playing the drug dealer is trying his best to be a convincing drug dealer. I thought he was a drug dealer. He seemed convincing to me. He seemed intimidating. I wanted him to beat up Denny. That's more just Denny's character's annoying. He portrays annoying very well. Actor that played Denny, I gave you props earlier in this video. But the drug dealer, he was a good drug dealer considering he was only in one scene. The drug dealer tried way too hard to have a good performance in this movie, but he is not the best performance. Like I said earlier, the number one best thing about The Room is Lisa's mother, Claudette, who, bless this lady's heart, she is putting in way too much effort than is required for this movie. Don't get me wrong, The Room is an ironically wonderful comedy, but it wasn't meant to. This character of Lisa's mother is the only one that genuinely seems natural when she's delivering her lines, even if her lines are horrendous. At one point, she just casually drops the fact that she has breast cancer, then it never gets addressed again. She says it in the most calm, oh, it's no big deal type of manner whatsoever. But all of the dialogue she gives, however hokey it is, actually feels natural coming out of her mouth. She's not like an awkward autonomous robot like Tommy Wiseau is for like all of this movie, or just kind of clunky and uncomfortable like Mark's character is, or makes no sense and it's just kind of and just kind of there like Lisa's character. Claudette's character actually feels natural and kind of almost feels like a person, except for the weird breast cancer line, which I know, I bring that up again, but who's so chill about that? And it's never mentioned again. It's weird. But she delivers her lines naturally, like an actual human being. So clearly, at least one actual human being worked on The Room. And lady, I applaud you for all the effort that you did. However, it was way too much for this movie. But thanks for being a good thing in The Room. What you guys think? Have you seen The Room? What'd you guys think? Do you think there's anything good about The Room? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you see and you want to see more, subscribe to the channel or find me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, Uncharted Media. Stay sharp, movie guys and gals.